everybody, it's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about Our Kind of People, Season 1, Episode 5, The Miseducation of the Negro. Y'all remember, what was Lauryn Hill's one? The Miseducation of, was it Lauryn Hill or something? Lauryn Hill had a miseducation. I like that, the way they did that. Anyhow, shout out to everybody in my comment section. Shout out to all my subscribers. Hey there, if you have not subscribed to my channel as of yet, this is June BLC. Please take a moment and subscribe now. And make sure you're not unsubscribing when you hit the subscribe button. Just be careful because sometimes people make a mistake and I'm like, oh, I thought I was subscribed. And then I hit it again and then I unsubscribe from somebody. So hit that little subscribe button. It should turn gray. I think it's usually red. It turned gray, whatever. Y'all do that for Barbie J. Remember, I need you to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Comment, like, and share, subscribe. Whichever order you want to do it in. Just do it. Do it, do it, do it. And wasn't this a good episode of Our Kind of People? I like this episode, but at the end, I'm trying to understand what the hell they was thinking. What was she thinking doing what she did? It just was confusing. Even I seen her and her daughter giggling in the hallway. There could be cameras all around that place. Ain't none of them looked to check. Anyway, so Tariq and Angela are in bed chatting and stuff, and she mentions that, when is he gonna put up those, the camera back up. She said that she likes that extra sense of security. And as he's getting out of bed, he makes a face, and I was like, well, what was that all about? That face he made. And we later learn, but in between that, let me go in order, because Lauren is giving a horse for her cotillion. It's cotillion week. She's going to be presented. They give her a beautiful horse. She loves him. I was like, don't people usually want a car? But then I was sitting there going, wait a minute, how old are they? And cotillion is like 14 or 15, so you're not really driving. So maybe a horse is nice to ride. Lucky her. Anyway, so Leah also tells her dad to keep tabs on Tariq as well, not just Angela, because there's no longer any camera feed coming from Angela's spot that they were watching her. I didn't know she was also watching. Angela was all. I didn't know Leah was also watching. I thought it was just Teddy watching. So he's like, nah, he's loyal. He's loyal to the T. I'm not worried about him. She said, he told me there's a glitch in the camera feed, but I don't believe that for a minute, so she don't believe it. That's on her. But then Tariq tells Angela about, she goes to him and asks him, well, let me jump back because then this part is not going to make sense. Nikki's trying to be the first, college graduate in her family. But these colleges want them to have all this like background. You had to do community service. You need to have been in the arts or the music or whatever. They want to see that you've been doing stuff. You're helping out with a homeless shelter, whatever it is. And she didn't have all of that. She was always working. So, Angela feels a little guilty about that. And she's like, I need to get her into that cotillion because she's not prepared for what these colleges are asking for, basically, with the information. So she goes and visits Leah and asks Leah, could she get her in? And she said, well, Leah's like, basically, how can I turn down my niece? But as they were talking, Angela started kind of like pouring out her heart, not that pouring out her heart, but saying, talking about almost how she failed as a parent. She should have did this and should have did that. And all of a sudden, Leah's understanding, and they have a 1 or 2 minute of mom bonding, I'm going to call it. They bonding over them being mothers and stuff. And sometimes I don't know what to say to my daughter and all this stuff. Anyway, so she goes, she said, how could I turn down my niece? But she did tell her what she has to do to get her in at such a late point now is that she had to pay, what is it, a $25,000? She needed a check for $25,000. And I said, what? I couldn't even believe it. She was like, Okay. She's like, I'm gonna get it. Like, I got it. No, 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 I got it. Is that a problem? No, I got it. I got it. She ain't had it. But she will never let her pride let them know that she can't get that money, because she sure did get it up, didn't she? But then at the continue, they were being taught how to set the tables and stuff, where the forks and knives go, where the glasses go, the settings. I mean, you got to be a bad mother something when you know a place setting. You know, it's a trip. And then they tell you, I was in Ethiopia. I remember sitting down to a table there. We all had our separate waiters. There was like 200 of us. We all had waiters and helping us. It was awesome. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, they uh the what was it I was getting at to sit there? Oh, then they had that father daughter dance, and she didn't have a father to dance with, which was sad. And she's just sitting there, and she's sitting there looking sad, and I'm feeling bad for her as well. Y'all know what, this looks a little crooked to me, but I could be wrong. But she's feeling sad, and I'm feeling sad for her. So then her mom gets up and puts on a man's blazer and just asks her to dance and dances with her. But you know, Leah was right on it and told her she can't do that. And she got this old dude in the back to come and dance with her and stuff like that. So Angela was thinking of somebody who she can ask. And that's when she decided to ask Tariq. Oh gosh, y'all gotta forgive me. I can't believe this cold is holding on. I'm trying so hard to get with it, you know. So anyway, they're at the cotillion. Let me go back to it, because they're at the cotillion. Angela tried to, not the cotillion, the rehearsal. And when Angela tried, Taylor is in this cotillion too. And Nikki is like, wow, you know, like she didn't know she was in it too. And she feels more comfortable, I think, having Taylor there. Even though her cousin Lauren is there. But then Lauren sees Taylor's hand on Nikki's leg while she's talking to her. And she comes over and starts bragging about Spelman, because oh, that Spelman lady always wants me over, because Nikki said that's where she wants to go, to Spelman. So Lauren is bragging that Spelman is always on her and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, oh, okay, you know. And then she leaves. In the meantime, Angela's sitting there thinking, who can I invite? So she calls Tariq, and she asks Tariq. She meet with him and asks him to step in as the father-daughter figure. But you know, he has his reservations because of the closeness with the family and stuff. He wasn't sure. But that's when he confessed and told her that those cameras that Teddy was using to spy on her. And she gets so upset and appalled. And she gets to the point where she's like, don't touch me and don't ever come near me and my family and all this stuff, you know. And she's going, and I was like, really, Angela? What the hell is your problem? I felt bad for Tariq, but yeah, he said, look, at the beginning, he said, I was caught up in the family loyalty and stuff, but no more. I fell for you hard. I really like you. I feel for you hard, and I just want to be with you. And she was just like, no, I don't care. But then when she tells her daughter, her daughter's like, you know, mommy, I need somebody to, you know, take me to the father-daughter. What about Tariq? Since Aunt Piggy told me that y'all, you know, an item now and all this stuff. And she said, oh, please. She said, no, he did something shady and I didn't like it. He told me about it and I didn't like it. She said, so let me get this straight, mommy. He confessed, or he tells you the truth about something he did, and you break up with him? And I was like, that's how I was feeling. She said, he was being honest. You have to learn how to forgive, mommy. You're not getting any older or something, like younger or something. She made some comments and stuff like that. You need to learn to forgive. When a man is not perfect, you tend to dip out on him. Ain't nobody perfect, you know. Give him another chance, you know. Plus, he's cute, ma. So that's what she was saying to her. Which was cool. And she's like, you know, you're one wonderful daughter. And she was. The fact that she could talk to her mother and say that, because remember, in the other episode, she said she didn't have that relationship with her mother. She had a certain relationship with her grandmother. You know, mom, was it Mama Rose? Mom, I forgot what her grandmother's name was. Anyway, so Nikki is definitely enjoying what she's learning at the cotillion, and she's also researching and learning stuff. And that was really good. They showed a scene with Quincy. I tell y'all, Quincy don't never have no damn lines. Did I tell y'all that in the last video? How many lines that boy had this week? I don't know when he gonna get into trouble and have some lines, because that boy don't got nothing. They out at the gun range, and grandma, what's her name, Olivia, is telling all the people there about the gun range and who it was named after and why, a slave owner and da 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 da. And then she shows them how she shoots, the rifle, the skeet shooting and everything. Then that's when Raymond tells her what's going on with Teddy and his company, the what is it, the Darman company. And she said, I was wondering when you was going to roll up your sleeves and get into a fight. She said, I was tired of you sitting back, and I was wondering when it was going to happen. I said, well, the way she nagged his wife, she should be nagging her son about it too. So he told her about a meeting with his ex-wife and stuff. She said, you know how much trouble we went to getting her out of here. And getting her out of our lives, how much money it cost us. And I'm like, doesn't that intrigue you to want to know what the hell did she do? And if it cost them that much money to get her out, how desperate are you to go back and get her to be a part of this and do this? The mother's like, are you freaking kidding me? He said, Ma, it wasn't a request. It's done. I said, damn. I'm like, what did she do that was so bad? I'm curious now. I'm telling you. What else happened? I tell you. Like I said, Quincy ain't had no lines. Okay. Teddy. He had a specialist fly in to work with him and discuss about his the tremors he's getting in his hands, all that shaking it does, and the Parkinson disease. And the doctor gives him an experimental drug where he has to take the doses. He has to follow the exact time of the doses every freaking 8 hours. One pill for 8 hours. And at the end, he really didn't follow it. He did not follow it. I was like, damn it. What is wrong with you, Teddy? Think you could do whatever you want. But I don't know about these experimental drugs when they come out. You're still experimenting. It's like you're a guinea pig. He a rich man. I'm surprised that he's trying an experimental something. I don't know. I don't know how much testing has been done, but it's always scary. You gotta be cautious. Then it's like Taylor and them are getting on a bus. Somebody's mother rented a bus. Her parents rented this bus for them for the cotillion, the party and stuff. Why in the world is Taylor and Nikki on that bus alone, talking and chatting, thinking everybody's getting on the bus? How the hell y'all gonna lean in and kiss? Why in the world would you lean in and kiss? I'm flabbergasted, if that's a word, to know why. Why, y'all? And of course, who comes up on the steps and sees them? Who? I can't hear you. What's her name? Lauren. She bust them. That was so stupid. And she didn't let them know, and she turned off and came back. But you see how she turns on her cousin. She don't turn on the girlfriend, but she turns on the cousin. So Angela goes back and talks to Tariq. She do her little weak apology. She apologizes, but she told him she don't know who to trust and stuff like that. And he's like, you can trust me. And she was like, I'm not sure. And then she started telling, he said, I will not break your trust no matter what. And she tells about Teddy allowing her mother to take the fall for something. And she saw this interrogation tape with her mother on it. And she needs to find out what really happened and clear up her mother's name. And that's going to be a task for her. I know that's going to be a task for her. What else? Olivia is getting on Leah's case about Darman and stuff. That's my family business. Your wife is supposed to stick by her husband and stuff, and do what's best for him. And Leah's like refuses to discuss it with her. She said, I don't want to hear it. She said, but you're supposed to support your husband. What is wrong with you? So Lauren tells her mom that and grandma that she wants her, because she's trying on dresses now at this point. They're standing around she's trying on dresses for the cotillion. And she says she wants her and Taylor to escort each other. And she tells her grandmother that she's gay. And her grandmother's like, it has to be a boy. It can't be a girl. And the mother Leah gives her permission, said, I am giving you permission. Do not worry. So against Olivia's, against Olivia basically don't want it to happen. And Leah's like, yeah, you got mommy's blessing. Don't you worry about it. It'll be fine. So she was still trying to do that. But you saw what she did at the cotillion. You saw what she did at the naming thing. In the meantime, Angela goes to meet her daddy. Her daddy Warbucks. Is it Daddy Warbucks? Is it Daddy Franklin? Teddy Franklin. He goes to see her. She goes to see him. And he was like, oh, of course. He said, I heard you were having trouble getting up to $25,000. I'd be more than okay to put up to $25,000 for her entrance fee. And she said, no, I got it. I said, that one thing about that damn Angela that I like, she ain't trying to take their money. I might have taken it. I would have said, shit, let me save my money. I would have took it and said, yeah, you need to. All these years you ain't do nothing for me. You might as well do for my daughter. I mean, come on, let's be real with it. Why are you trying to be proud now? I wouldn't care. We know who we are. Yeah, pay for it. You owe it. He owe her. Why you being proud? But, but I understand that her being that way. So she told him she sold a couple of the gowns and stuff, her mother's gowns and stuff, she said, and some other things that probably were gifts from you, as she put it. They probably were gifts from you. And he didn't say nothing. He was just smiling and stuff. But I forgot what she was saying. And she was saying something about maybe we can take time to know each other now, and get to know each other, because we really don't. She said, if you are willing to try. And he was like, okay. But I thought they were going to get hugged. I was waiting for them. They stood up and looked uncomfortable. And then they shook hands. And then he invites her to the family dinner, but she already knew there was going to be a family dinner, because she said, maybe we can have dinner tonight. He said, well, I happen to have a family dinner the night before the cotillion anyway. Excuse me, y'all. And she said, oh, okay. Like she didn't know. She knew she'd be a slip. So he invited her and everything to the family dinner. They shook their hands. Then she goes out there and gives Leah the check for $25,000. And she said, you were cutting it close. She said, yeah, I got busy and stuff. And I lost track of time, acting like she knew she had the money. When she was trying to get that money up, she had to sell whatever she could to get it. Who gets to sell stuff that quick? I have tried selling stuff. I don't sell nothing that quick. Anyway, enough with that. So, what happened? Family dinner. And she made this comment like, oh, I was just at our father's office talking to him. And I guess I'll see you tonight at the family dinner. And she knew she was pissing her off. But that's what she did. Then they start this. It's the time for that ritual program and everything. And that portion of the cotillion when they, I think she called it a claiming ceremony, was it? And they say words for their future self and everything, the future. And they place it in a ceremonial fire. And they sent it up to the ancestors. Rites of passage. It's basically a rites of passage. I actually mentor and am a part of a rites of passage program. And everything we do, pouring libations for up to the ancestors. So anyway, they start the program and everybody's getting up, saying their stuff. All the girls, it looked like there's about 15 girls up there. So they all getting up, saying something. They saying something. And send up to the ancestors for their blessings. But when Nikki goes, Taylor went, Lauren went. When Nikki goes, she's a little nervous and she's looking over at Taylor and stuff, and Taylor's smiling at her, cheesing, and Lauren sees it. Lauren's looking at Taylor, watching, and she don't like this at all. So when Nikki was about to put hers in the fire, Lauren jumped up and said, I would like to say something. And she comes off like she wanted to say something positive and uplifting to the girl and make her feel good as my cousin and all this stuff. And then she goes something about with her criminal record, even with her criminal record, and she knew the lady from Spelman was right up front, and that Nikki wanted to go to Spelman, and everything was looking good, and then she dropped that ball, and wow, everybody was looking like, what? And Nikki shot out of there. Nikki, she shot out of there, and she left, because she didn't have to do that, uh, when they get outside, she's like, why would you do that? Why would you say that? You have a criminal record too. Well, mine was expunged or something like that. Yeah, because you have a rich family who did that for you. Well, we're supposed to be uplifting each other. How could you do that to me? And blah, 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 blah. She went over there. I said, don't try to play innocent. I saw you kissing my girlfriend and stuff. And she was like, she ran away. And when Lauren turned around, she saw Taylor there, and she's telling Taylor she did that for her because Nikki told her, she's like, you have something brokenness inside of you. For you to do something like that, that was mean. That was really mean. And so when she turned around and Nikki ran and Taylor was standing there, Taylor was like, she right about that. You do got some brokenness in you. She said, and I don't want to be near it. She said, I don't want to be nowhere near you. And I want to be far. I think she said far from them or something. She said something like that. Supposed to be around a brokenness society. So she acts like she did it for them. That's what I was saying. She acted like she was doing it for them. And Taylor's like, nah. She said, but I saw her kissing you and it didn't matter. Taylor was like, that's it. I don't have nothing to do with you no more. So she embarrassed her in front of the rep. And I thought that was sad. That was really sad because she really wants to go to that school. Mean girl. She's a mean girl. And it ended with, let's see, Aunt Picky and Angela are talking about it, and she's pissed about it. No, it didn't end with that. They're talking about what happened, and Nikki wants to really attend the Franklin family dinner. And she goes, we need to go. She said, I'm done playing nice. And she said, that only thing gonna make me feel better is to go back there and push back. They showed up at it. That family dinner looked so boring if you ask me. But Tariq. I think I was calling him Malik this whole time. Tariq was there. Tariq was there. Hello, get it right, Bobby J. Tariq was there. And he was like, everybody, they sat down. And he said, he did his toast and everything. And then Nikki asked to stand up and say something. And she said, right, y'all really don't know who I am. And she's making a speech and she's coming from her heart. And it seemed beautiful, And all of a sudden, Lauren is twisting her face and stuff. And she goes, and starts clicking on her laptop, leaning back and everything. And Nikki is looking at her like, are you serious right now with that? And Leah went in on Lauren. Leah put her foot in Lauren's ass. I'm sorry, y'all, but that's what she did. I couldn't believe it. And she said, I don't know what bothers me more. The fact that you are so blatantly rude. You're trying to ruin this weekend and you just so blatantly being disrespectful and rude. Or the fact that I'm the one who caused you to be that way. I'm the one who taught you to be that way. She said, it's disgusting. I don't know what hurts me more. And I was like, damn, at least she admitted her part in it. And then Raymond is going to say, when she said, oh, mommy, she said something. She was like, what? Her mother said, you're out. You are out of the cotillion. I said, oh, she kissed her out of the cotillion. And Raymond's like, Leah. And she said, no, I want to hear it. She is blatantly rude and disrespectful. She is not the type of person that we would want to have representing us. She is not ready yet. And I don't need that in there. And she's not the right person. And I give her most respect and props for that because that is your daughter. And if your daughter ain't setting an example, how are you to judge these other girls? You can't judge them like that. It was something else. I was like, wow. So what happened? It was like Nikki ran out acting like she was upset. So you know, her mama was going to go follow her. Angela followed her. And then when she followed her, they were in the hallway. And she's like, are you okay? And she was laughing like she was pretending. She said, oh, girl, you got me good. I thought you were right. But you ain't nobody looking around. There could be cameras all in the hallway while you discussing that and laughing together. So she said, you go ahead. I'm going to go back in there and talk to them. And she said, tell them I went out to get some air. And she's running to Teddy's office. How the you gonna go in his office? You don't know if he got cameras or nothing. You don't know what he got. You just was told he got cameras in your house. How you don't know if he got cameras in his? So she's in there, and then when Tyreek already knew she was trying to get that information. So when Nikki came back in and tried to tell Teddy, my mother went out for air, Teddy just ran past her because he was trying to eat his soup. And his hand wouldn't let him get the spoon the way he wanted to. And he was like, damn it. And they was like, are you right, Daddy? No, I'm fine. And he gets up and rushes out. And he goes to take that pill. And his hands were still shaking. And he went and take another pill. First of all, the pill don't work that quick, Teddy. But I think he took 2 pills. And his hand was shaking. Next thing, he fell on the floor. In the meantime, next door in his room, Tariq catches Angela in there and says, what are you doing in here? You gotta go. You gotta get out of here. You know, he's right in the bathroom, blah, 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 blah. And he showed him where the papers was and said, just take this little bit right now and stuff. So when Teddy all of a sudden falls to the floor, he can hear them talking and everything, but he's kind of knocked out. But you know how some doors had that little crack at the bottom? What did we see? Tariq's shoes and Angela's red shoes. That man ain't dead. You know Teddy ain't dead. But it's going to come back to him at some point. He might not remember it after he go because he going to end up in the hospital. But it's going to come back. But that's basically how it ended. That is how it ended. And I thought this was an absolutely wonderful episode. The Miseducation of the Negro. This show, girl. Oh, let me know down in the comment section how you felt. Did I miss anything or not? How y'all felt about this show as well. This your girl, Barbie J. Saying peace.